Hello and welcome to the Gratitude and Growth Podcast. I'm your host, Sara Mitich. I am an actor, a yoga instructor, a former ballet dancer, but above all, I am a wildly curious person. So I've spent the past several years researching and studying human behavior, why we do what we do, who and what we innately are, what my purpose is on this planet. And I'm here to share the insights and the tools that curiosity has led me to uncover, in hopes of helping you to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of your own life, and in hopes of inspiring you to become the person that you have always wanted to be. So pull up a chair or go for a walk, hop on that treadmill or go for a drive, and join me as I explore what it is to be a human being in this lifetime. Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I'm answering your questions today on the episode. I posed on Instagram a bit ago what you guys want to hear more about. And I'm so appreciative to everybody who responded and offered a question. And so I'm going to start diving into this because it's a really good one. So this question was asked by Kirsten. She wanted to hear more on how to keep a positive, abundant mindset among negative people and news. So this is wildly important in today's society because we are really bombarded with fear everywhere we go. And so I want to dive into this because here's the thing. Having a positive mindset, having a grateful mindset, having an abundant mindset is discipline. It really is, even though it is actually our steady state as human beings to live from a place of love and positivity. Nowadays, it takes actual discipline and actual tools to maintain that. So I want to talk to you about how I do that in my own life. So there's a couple things here. First and foremost, beginning my day and ending my day in gratitude. That to me is vital because you're setting your mindset up for what to expect that day. Let me break that down for you. So I talk about it a lot. I have a morning routine. And here's the thing. I went through a phase where I was like, my routine is a cage, and it can become that. But there's this really great episode on the podcast with Ian Tyson, and he said something so beautiful that a habit becomes a routine, which eventually becomes a ceremony. And I realized that when I don't do my morning routine, I'm just not in as clear of a positive and grateful mindset. That's that, especially like I said today, in today's culture. So my question to you is, how are you starting your day? Does your alarm go off and then you check social media? You check your emails? Because what's happening if you do that is you immediately bombard your nervous system with stimulation. And I'm going to assume 9 out of 10 times that stimulation is not grounded in maintaining and creating a positive mindset. So I begin my morning rooted in gratitude. Make my coffee, sit down, and I journal. I write 10 things I'm grateful for and why, and then I free flow. Okay? Then I will sit in 10 minutes of a gratitude meditation if I need to. But I infuse my mornings with as much gratitude and positivity as I can. That doesn't mean that you have to sit and write out your gratitude. Highly recommend that you do. Again, when we operate from a grateful mindset, that is the energy that we're putting out into the world. And then our subconscious, our confirmation bias, then seeks to see more of that. Okay? That's just how our mind works. Everything in life is about your perception and your perspective. So if you're looking for fear and negativity, you are going to find fear and negativity. If you look for love, positivity, abundance, you will find love, positivity, and abundance. That is just how our mind works. And our entire life, our entire outer world is just a reflection of what's going on in our head, right? And this is where the discipline comes in. Because like I've said, I have another episode on this. Everything in your life is a choice. It truly is. Your thoughts are a choice. The thoughts you choose to entertain are a choice. You have the power, if you're going down a negative spiral, to stop those thoughts. We get hit with thousands of thoughts every single day. You choose which ones you make important. And again, because we are so conditioned to choose the negativity, it's the easier choice. And that's why it takes discipline and it takes you implementing certain tools to make sure that your inner mental life stays in that positive perception, positive perspective. So morning routine, extremely important because you're setting up your energetic frequency for the rest of your day. We've all had that where you get out of bed and you stub your toe and suddenly everything starts spiraling, right? So set yourself up for success. Create a routine that resonates for you. It doesn't have to be an hour. It can be a few things. But what are you doing in the morning to set yourself up and to create your beautiful, I don't know if the word's armor, because that almost feels like you need to protect yourself and close yourself off, but put on this beautiful armor of love and positivity and abundance and go out into the world, into your day from that place. So that's the first thing. Morning routine. How are you starting your day? Second thing, how are you ending your day? Right? Also very important. So for me before bed, it's very simple. What I do is I will sit there and I will infuse my body with the feeling of gratitude. If I'm having a hard time finding that feeling in my heart, in my actual body, I will shuffle through all of the good things that happen that day. So again, our life is perception and perspective. This forces me to look at all the good that happened, and I will pick my favorite thing that happened that day, and internally I will say thank you. It doesn't have to be some massive thing. It can be your morning cup of coffee. It can be a great conversation you had with a friend or a loved one or a family member. It can be the fact that what you wanted was on sale, right? Which brings me to what are you doing between the morning and the night? So the more gratitude you search for, the more you will feel it. So I go out and I focus on all the good that happens. Ooh, everything at the grocery store that I needed was on sale. Magic. That is a miracle to me. That is something to be grateful for because I'm saving money and there is the abundance. I think a lot of people put abundance with only financial abundance with the money coming into me, but abundance is actually in everything. There's an abundance of joy. Nature is abundant. You're saving money when things are on sale. You're saving money when somebody gives you something that you wanted to go buy. These are all moments to be financially grateful, right? If you're only financially grateful when money's coming into your bank account, then you're missing opportunities to find financial gratitude throughout your day. And the more financial gratitude you find, the more financial abundance you draw to you. Again, these are just the energetic laws of the universe. So, morning routine, how you end your day, everything in between. Try to look for as much gratitude. The other thing I do, or rather don't do, is I don't watch the news and I don't read the news. I have all news notifications turned off. And I especially never have the news playing in the background. I know a lot of people who do this. And here's the thing. You need to become very aware of what you are feeding your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is 95% of your mind. Your conscious mind is only 5%. So we are only using 5% of our mind. And our subconscious mind is directly linked to our programming, our conditioning. It has been building since childhood. Right? That's why when a lot of people start working on themselves and unpacking childhood trauma, things that happen, this is how we begin to shift. We begin to rewire. We begin to reprogram these behaviors that we are so conditioned to performing because that we've been on autopilot for most of our life. So what are you filling your subconscious with? and get really specific here. So I don't watch the news. I don't have news notifications on my phone. And I get a lot of people who sometimes question that, saying, isn't that being ignorant? Isn't that not having empathy? And I can tell you right now, it's the opposite. So empathy is one of my core values. It just is. I feel so deeply for everyone and everything. And I keep myself up to date in a way that's positive and safe for me in terms of what's going on in the world. And I help however I can, whether that's volunteering, donating money, donating resources, however I can, I help. But here's the thing. I can only be of service to the greater good, to others, to the collective, to humanity, if I am functioning from an optimal place. And my optimal place is my steady state of love and positivity and gratitude. If my cup is empty, I cannot fill anybody else's cup. There is no news station that I know that does not feed you fear, that does not feed you a scarcity mindset, that does not feed you negativity. It just doesn't exist. So I don't watch them because I don't fill my own inner world, my own inner universe with that toxicity. And honestly, at the end of the day, my opinion is that's all that it is. There is so much more to life than what is in the news, especially right now. Because just think about it. The news thrives when we're all scared, right? So I work to keep my inner life as positive and loving as it can be, because then I can light other people up. Then I can be that beacon of light for others in my life so that when they're going through something, I can be there to hold them. And I truly believe, because I'm seeing it with this podcast, with my work, with who I am, I'm seeing it. I call it the Mitich ripple effect. I am slowly changing other people's universes. And that is slowly making itself out into the world. Because even if only one of you, if something resonates and I'm able to change your perception and encourage you and inspire you, if only just one of you, and then you choose to do that to someone else, and then they choose to do it to just one other person, this is the ripple effect. Because I have dreams. By the way, I have dreamt of world peace my whole life. Ever since I was a child and I learned and understood what poverty was, I was like, I'm going to change the world. And so I'm a big dreamer, and I believe it, and I imagine it, and I see it. And this is my way of contributing to that. This is my way of helping. Me sitting there getting scared about the economy, about the world, about the wars, that doesn't help anyone. So your subconscious is extremely important. I limit my time on social media, and this one, I'll be real here. I've swung back and forth. Like, I'll go 6 months without being on social media. Now I'm trying to be on social media more. Not trying, I am on social media more. But then even my partner noticed I swung and I was on it a lot. And so I also have filtered my social media to the positive algorithm. I unfollow things that don't serve me. I follow people who inspire me. I share quotes, concepts, people, ideas that inspire me, inspire kindness in me, in the world, motivation, mental discipline, all that good stuff. Anybody who follows me on social media knows that I do this. So, what's your social media algorithm? Are you going on there and being triggered with jealousy and envy and fear and negativity? Again, fear or love, there's only two choices. It all boils down to two choices. Are you feeding your own algorithm with love or with fear? These are the tools to not only living a grateful life, an abundant life, a positive life, but especially now, especially in today's climate, it's these little things that make a difference on a day-to-day. And that day-to-day is like compound interest, right? Those little things day-to-day compound into greater things and greater things and greater things. So, same thing, subconscious, staying on this point. Books. What are you reading? When I'm really going through it, or I'm feeling very unaligned, or I'm feeling like I'm spiraling, I have certain books that I absolutely love. Now, I'm a book nerd, and I'm so proud of that. I love books. I've loved books my entire life. I just rewatched Beauty and the Beast the other night, and I remember the cartoon, watching it as a kid, and I was like, that library in the castle, that's all I've ever wanted. Books are magical to me. And so maybe books aren't your thing, but podcasts, again, inspiring, grounding, truthful, positive, loving content. Fill your subconscious with it. Because again, subconscious, 95% of your mind, 95. So especially when you're rewiring and you're in those steps of reconditioning, these things are vital. So what are you reading? What are you listening to? What's the music you listen to? So it's funny, when I went through the big change in my life, I actually stopped listening to music with lyrics because I realized a lot of my favorite songs were very sad or angry or spoke negatively about people, about relationships, about this. So I actually completely shifted to instrumental house, electronic music, music that didn't have any lyrics because I didn't want my subconscious to be filled with this. So again, I have music playing when I'm working. I have music playing in the background. So what is that music for you? What are the lyrics, again, that your subconscious is picking up, even if you're not aware of them, right? Music is really important to me. It fills my soul, and I have such a great connection with music, especially these last few years, that now I just actively choose, what am I listening to? And is this adding to my positive algorithm, or is it adding fear, loss, despair, etc.? And here's another thing. This is a tricky one. Who are you surrounding yourself with? So there's a saying that really resonates with me, and that is, you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And this can be hard, right? Because your family, your partner, they might not have the same mindset that you do. And that's okay. I went through a phase where I felt like I needed everybody to understand me. And now I've let that melt away because that doesn't serve me. I don't need people to understand me. That's just me wanting to prove something, right? If I understand myself, if I can stand firmly grounded in my own beliefs and what I know, then that's enough for me. But are you surrounding yourself with people who are just complaining all the time, who are negative, who have a hard time staying in a positive place? Because that will have an effect on your experience of life. If you're very suggestible, which I am, for the better and for worse, right? I'm very suggestible. I can listen to information and just absorb it, which is also a superpower. But I am very, very careful about who I'm filling my world with. And so my friend circle has gotten very small because I want to be able to talk about these kinds of things with the people in my life, right? But that doesn't mean that you have to just cut out everyone. I don't believe in that either. I took a step back from a lot of people in my life while I was doing, that first year and a half of really shifting my mindset because I wasn't strong enough yet. I wasn't. And so I had to take a step back for a while. But now I'm getting to a place where I'm learning every day more and more how to speak my truth, how to speak these concepts, how to keep a positive mindset, and more importantly, to inspire other people to see that when you shift your perception, when you shift your perspective to a positive mindset, how it actually changes your experience of life. So, who are you surrounding yourself with? The other thing is, how are you actively learning and how are you actively contributing to the world? I find these really help keep my mindset sharp, keep me locked into gratitude. So again, books are important to me, but I'm also usually taking some kind of course. I'm usually working in some capacity to keep learning, to keep grounding myself in these tools so that my evolution isn't stagnant, right? So that I'm always learning something new. I'm learning a new way to stay grounded in positivity, to find gratitude in things. Because also then you're working out your brain. And again, your life is a reflection of your mind, of your mindset, of your thoughts, of your beliefs. And then contribution to me is really important. Because when you can give without needing anything in return, your life becomes less transactional. What I mean by that is a lot of people treat a lot of relationships transactionally. They treat a lot of their day-to-day habits transactionally. A lot of the times people say, I love you, and they expect to hear it back. A lot of the times people give to friends, to coworkers, to people with the expectation to get back. But can you give from a place of not needing anything in return? And that is why filling my own cup is my number one. That is why filling my own cup is not selfish. It's not self-centered. It's actually the most important thing, because then I can pour into other people without needing anything in return from them. So how are you contributing? Are you contributing? Is your energy contributing to the fear and the chaos of the world, or is it contributing to the love and the positivity of the world? Are you the person that lights people up, or are you the person that when you start talking in a meeting, people are like, whoa, okay, brace yourself. You get to choose. Again, everything in life is a choice. Fear or love. How you show up is your choice. How you react in certain moments when you get hit with things is your choice. Everything is your choice. And whether you have an abundant mindset or a scarcity mindset, when the world, quote unquote, appears to be negative, is up to you. And I say appears because, again, it is our perception. It's your choice whether you choose to see what is going on in the world as a negative thing. It is your choice to take in the information that the economy is terrible and we're in a recession. I know, so the people in my circle, the people that I know, the people that I witness, are more financially abundant right now than they've ever been because they choose not to believe it. And you might say, but how can you do that? It's on the news. Most of what is on the news isn't real. Okay, that is again a tailored narrative to build more fear. I don't buy into this idea that the economy is terrible right now. That is not my truth, because I know by studying life, by studying nature, by studying energetics, by studying the laws of the universe, if I truly believe financial abundance is everybody's right and available to everybody, that is my truth. Because here's the thing. Your thoughts, your words, your actions create your reality. And your thoughts, your words, your deeds are reflections of your own beliefs. So this is, again, where we start getting into that subconscious, the reprogramming. And the bigger question is, what is your belief system? Do you believe the world is full of people who are against you or people who are here to light you up? Even if somebody is challenging you, even if you're going through something hard, you have a choice to look at that person and be like, they're so against me. Or you have the choice to look at that person and be like, wow, you're here to teach me something about myself. You're here to help me grow. This challenge is an opportunity for me to show up how I want to show up. Being grateful is an active choice, constantly. Having a positive mindset is an active choice. It is mental discipline. There you go. Kirsten, thank you so much for asking this question. Let me just quickly wrap a couple of those points up. So how do you keep a positive and abundant mindset in the world that we're living in this world of fear and scarcity in the news, etc.? Morning routine. Your routine before you go to bed. Searching for gratitude in between. What are you filling your subconscious with? How are you contributing to the world? And again, discipline. It is discipline. So keep showing up for yourself. Find your own routine, your own ceremony that creates a positive mindset. Fill your subconscious with amazing books, podcasts, courses that keep your mindset sharp. Your mindset is everything. So do what you need to do. Be with who you need to be. Study what you need to study. Do what you need to do to maintain your own authentic positivity. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me end with some gratitude of my own. This season, I'm asking all my guests two things: something you're grateful for, something you're growing through. So let me share those with you. I am really grateful to be home. It's funny, my gratitude and my growth are kind of the same thing this week. I just went through a huge move. I just moved from Toronto to Florida, officially all my stuff, put it in a car and moved down. And I'm so grateful that the move is done. I'm so grateful that I have all these boxes here to unpack. But the growth is also change, right? Change is inevitable. It is constant. And this change came with a lot of obstacles. And I showed up in ways I didn't necessarily want to show up. And I'm very grateful for those moments because they recalibrate me and remind me how I do want to show up when I get thrown with stuff. So I'm very grateful and growing through all of that. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in today. Keep me posted on what you want to hear more of. I'll post these on Instagram, so please follow us at Gratitude Growth Podcast. I will pose these questions to the community, and I still have quite a few to answer, so I'll be doing that over the next few weeks as well. As always, stay grateful and keep growing. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you liked what you heard, hit that subscribe button and maybe send it to someone who you think might need to hear today's message. And let me know how everything's sitting. Leave me a rating and a review and let me know what's resonating with you. What do you want to hear more of? What's your favorite episode and why? And I hope you find your way back here to another episode, another time, as we keep exploring this beautiful and wild thing that we all call life.